So in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to create an InDesign document, 16-page InDesign document that will be printed in a booklet format. So in InDesign, we're going to start with a new document, starting with our parameters. It's going to be letter size document. We have facing pages turned on. You can specify any settings you wish here in columns or margins, but as it stands, this is how we want to begin. Total number of pages here will be 16, and our page numbering will start with page number 1. So we'll click OK, and we can see our document. Okay, so looking at the pages menu here, we can see each of these pages have a letter A indicated in the corner of the page. This references the fact that all of these pages belong to the A master, and the masters are located up at the top part of the palette here, and anything that we put in the master pages will be reflected in any of the pages that pertain to that master. So in order to edit a master page, we can go up here, double click on either the left facing page or the right facing page, and add an element to the master page. So for example, if you wanted some sort of header text applied here, we could do that and choose a fairly large size just to see what that looks like. And when we go into any of the subsequent pages, we will see that that text is found in all of those pages because it exists on the master page. In this case, it only exists on the left facing page and not on the right facing page of any of these pages. Okay. We could go in and edit any of those components individually on a page-by-page basis, but the use of the master page here is to include elements that are going to be used throughout. One of those elements could be something like page numbers. So what I'm going to do here is replace this text replace this text with a special character found in the type menu. And if we look under insert special character, under markers, we can use current page number. And here it's indicated as A because it belongs to the A master. However, if we go to page 2, we can see it's now 2. If we go to page 4, we'll see it's now page 4, etc., etc. I'm going to do the same thing on the right facing page of the A master, so I'm going to create another text box. I mean, wherever you choose to put it is however appropriate to your document, but here again I'm just going to go to the type menu, insert special character under markers, current page number. And again, because this belongs to the A master, we see the letter A, but if we look at any of the given pages, the page number is available now. So if we zoom out of this a little bit, we can see our whole layout, pages 1 through 16, and we're going to use that when we print a booklet to see how these pages would be imposed in the printed booklet. What we're looking at currently is what's referred to as reader spreads. So this is how you would see the document in the finished booklet. Page 4 and 5, for example, would be side by side. So you would design your layout and create your artwork in what a reader would see in any given page of the book. When we move to the printing process, you will see that the pages are shuffled specifically to the way it should be printed to create a saddle stitch, 2-up saddle stitch booklet. And in order to do that, we can go to the File menu here and choose the Print Booklet option. A couple of things that we need to set up here in Print Booklet. We will take a look at the fact that we're working with a 2-up saddle stitch booklet. If we look at preview right now, orientation is a little off. We can see the page numbers that we had created earlier showing up here and present on the page. More importantly, if we want to print this particular booklet on a specific printer, be it the black and white Studio Printers 1117, or in this case I'm going to choose either the Xerox matte or gloss printer. We're going to do this as color output. I want to make some specifications here that will give us the proper layout. So under the General tab, we've chosen the proper printer. We are going to include all the pages. What we also want to do is print blank pages in case you have blank pages that are just placeholders for now. But under setup, we're going to go in and look at how we've oriented this. Because these are 2 up, we need more paper than it's available as letter size, so we need to work with either tabloid or tabloid oversized. That will give us space enough to add crop marks and bleeds and give us a full bleed 1117 output. We also want to orient the paper in a landscape format so that the rotation of the pages are set up properly. One other thing that we want to specify here is that we center both vertically and horizontally all the artwork on this layout so that we can ensure when we print two-sided that both sides of the page will line up properly. One last element that we want to add is any kind of registration or crop marks in this case that we want to add so that we can then trim down to the appropriate size. Now this will work with, in this case, 8.5 by 11 size pages, or smaller if you will, depending on the parameters of your project. Clicking OK here brings us back to the preview. We can see now that everything has been rotated, and we can see page 1 and 16, our front cover and back cover, have been placed side by side, and we can then work through each of the pages until we get to our center spread of page 8-9. Okay. When this is printed, then it's a simple matter of printing it duplex and then folding it along the center line and stapling it to create a finished booklet. So at this point, we would then choose print. The process will be sent to the printer over in the Fab Lab, and the monitors at that end can then help you out with the output and the proper duplexing of the job. So make sure you check out the rest of our videos located at the tech info site at design.yorku.ca/tech_info.